Hello everybody, my name is Kern and I post home recording weekly. It's a website for people that are just trying to get better recordings. We go through all kinds of recording stuff, we go through mixing stuff, and we go through mastering stuff. Today I'm reviewing some plugins from AUDIFIED. They have a preamp here, a hybrid Valve preamp, a compressor, and an EQ, and I find the compressor and the EQ out of this world stellar. I've used the preamp a little bit, but I'm not that good with it yet, so I'm not going to quite demo that today, but these two right here are up on the block. Now, before I go any further, I just want to say you can get all three for $19. I think that's a steal, and I think they're great because they're a different flavor, as well as a great, let's talk about the EQ, as well as a great problem solver. That's what this EQ, I think, excels at. It's got saturation here, and it's not a real, I mean, we're talking about computers here, but if you can't afford a tape plug-in, tape emulation, or tape saturation, then these plugins might be what you're looking for because each of them have valve saturation. And it's an interesting thing because it gives these compressors, EQs, and preamps some color and some flavor, and they sound great too. So it's really, really cool. But we're going to start with the EQ here, and what I would like to do is unpin it and then play a little bit of the song for you so you can see what it is we are getting into. Okay, I should tell you that I'm going to start soloing this now. This song has yet to be mixed. Nothing has been mixed. It's all just been layered up and recorded, and I'm not even done recording it yet. So we are not in the mixing phase at all. So please don't critique me or anything like that. I know it's not done. What I would like to do is, there were acoustic guitars in there, and I want to do a quick solo, a before and after of these guitars, and tell you what I think this EQ excels at. And I told you it's a good problem solver EQ. The inValve series is what these are called. This is the hybrid Valve series EQ, from inValve, from AUDIFIED. So let's check out what I have here for the acoustic guitars. So they're a little boomy in the low end, and there's some weird mid-range stuff I found going on when I brought it in with the rest of the mix. So let's look at how this thing is set up. Right off the top, we have a high pass and a low pass. That's a high filter and a low filter. Call it a high cut, low cut, whatever it is you want. The highs are from 1K to 20K. And the lows are from 3K all the way down to 30. So let's turn these off. And let me turn the EQ on when I solo, and then I'll tell you what I've done. Here's before and after. I'll do that again here. Boomy. And after. So as you can see, I took some of the lows out immediately. And what I like about this, one of the things I like about these is when you touch the knob you're working on, down here you see it says low frequency cut off. It's at 200, whatever. But as you roll it, see that? You can see what it is you're doing. So I had it set at 200 and something. I'm not sure what it was. I'll leave it at 250. Let's see what it sounds like. That's probably closer to where it was. And then I took some of the highs off as well. Let's bypass that. Just to make it sound less brittle. And again, you can see down here where you're at. I recommend using your ears, but it's always nice to reinforce what it is you're looking at. There are presets down here. I like presets. Presets are fine, but I did all this last night, so I'm up early in the morning to take you through what's going on. So, as I said, there was some boominess going on and some weird mid stuff. Check it out. So what I did, as you can see here, a little bit of cut in the low. And it looks like, no, maybe not. The low mid's definitely got a cut here. And what I did was I moved it, looked like 400 and something hertz, 410, something like that. And, once I just touched it, it moved. So about 410 hertz. And I took some out. Of course, I got the low cut going here, so I didn't need to cut any of the lows. But I did take some of the low mids out. And then it looks like I boosted here at whatever this is set to, and I hate to move it, but looks like 14K, something like that. I did a quick little boost, and then another little boost here wherever this is, that's even higher, probably about 18K. And when I get back here, these are set from top to bottom. So this is our low mid frequency. The last row of knobs down here is the Q, and you can see I have this one set to a notch, and then this one here is a pretty big bell filter, and then this one here is a pretty generous bell as well. So this notch in the negative dB was a repair, and then these two are sweetening the acoustic guitars once I fixed it. So the extreme left and extreme right, the low and the high, can either be bell filters or they can be low and high shelves. And that's pretty cool. You can switch between the two here. If you just need a shelf, then you can easily put this on and don't engage anything except for the shelving, and you're good to go. But again, something that's really cool, for $20, you get this, you get a preamp, you get a compressor that all have simulated valve saturation here. So I'm going to take this off and then bring it in so you guys can hear what it's doing in solo. And then, of course, there's a makeup gain or master gain here. So if you do a lot of boosting, you can take it in, turn it up or turn it down. So let me bring it in and out one more time, and then we will move on. Now, I want to say that helped my acoustic guitars cut, so I had to turn them down. That's how good this EQ got rid of all that mud. Once I got rid of the mud and I did this little tiny boost here, these acoustics cut very well. I was well pleased with this EQ. Now my electric guitars are no different. I had issues over here as well, and I'm going to play the before and after on that so you guys can hear it. So this was really cool. And again, if you look with the lows and the highs, I have them set to shelving. So I didn't do any boost or cut in the low, but in the low mids, again, I got rid of some of that mud, just took out a little bit, and it's set over here more to a notch filter. And then the high mids and the highs, just a little tiny, it's a bell over here on the highs, and I just boosted a couple, if not one notch. But I brought in this valve saturation just to warm it up and to make it sound really cool. Over here, it looks like I took a lot off the highs and a little bit off the lows. And that's a problem with VI guitars sometimes, is that top end is really brittle. So I took off this much, as you can see. I started over here at 20K, and I wound it all the way around 3/4 of the way. And it still sounds great. And next, let's check out the inValve compressor. Again, this thing has tube saturation here, or valve saturation, if you like, and it just imparts a character all of its own. I'm going to turn that down now. For a full disclaimer, when I was layering the song together to use as a demo, I put Slate's rack over here. It's a compression, a bus compressor, and I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to turn this one on. I'm just saying I was using it to make everything gel so I could do this demo. So I'm going to use this one in its place. All the usual things over here: ratio, attack, release, threshold, makeup gain over here, and of course the saturation. Now, the first time I used this, I got to say, I didn't like the fact that there was no metering on it. Like, I like to see how much reduction I'm doing. The more I used it, the more I realized I should not mix with my eyes, and I shouldn't want that stuff. I shouldn't miss that stuff. So I got used to using it, and you know, it's fine just the way it is. Another thing I liked about this was the ratio is mild, like 1:5, all the way up to 50:1 ratio. So it does limiting, it does it all. I'm going to use it with a 1:5 ratio here, 1.5:1 ratio, because it is on the bus over here, on the master. And the attack, of course, goes up to 200 milliseconds. So I'm going to just throw it over here. I'm not really listening to anything in general. Pretty quick release. And then I'm going to listen to see what it does on the master bus. Now, there are things I've noticed about this on the bus compression, on the master bus, that I really, really like. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push play, and I'm going to work the threshold until I can hear it working its magic. Let me tell you what I hear when I use this, and I love this. It sounds, well, a compressor over here on the master bus should make, when you mix into it, set it up first and then you mix into it, and it should make all of your tracks gel together better. It should make them pretty much all be the same level. Of course, again, you're mixing into it, so you're doing it on purpose, but it helps to make everything gel. This compressor also makes everything come to the forefront, just the way that I like it. For instance, I'm going to turn this off. When I push play, listen to the drums. They're there, but they're distant. Now, when I bring this back in, listen to what the drums do, okay? I'll set it over here in the loop, and let's do this. In my opinion, it makes the drums come more to the front. I just brought the gain up a little bit. It was a little bit quieter, but I can hear that things gel better, and it sounds like everything is surrounding you now. It's all at the same distance away from you. Now, I'm going to mute my mic and do that one more time since I brought the gain up. We're probably getting some pumping and some artifacts here, but I just quickly set this thing up and threw it over there. And I wanted to say that it's a flavor. It's another salt or pepper in your compression bundle, right, that you can choose because of this valve saturation. Let's see what happens when I twist that knob. So what I have done here is I've completely turned off the compression, and I just want to play with the valve saturation and see what it sounds like. Now, valve saturation, even though this is a digital plugin, right, on a computer, it is famous for its compression characteristic. That's what this valve saturation on guitar amps is all about, and bass amps and things. It has a natural compression with certain valves anyway, and I can hear it in here. Now, the compression is off. There's no compression going on at all, and yet it sounds like it's compressing. Check it out. It's making everything seem like it's closer or more detectable, surrounding you, whatever it is. It's been described as being very warm too. So again, that's with no compression at all. I literally put this on the track and it sounds better. Nothing wrong with that at all. AUDIFIED has done a fantastic job with their EQ, their compressor. And to be honest, I haven't done much with the preamp. I'm learning how to use it, and I like what it does. I just need more time with it before I do a video. So again, my name's Kern, and I post home recording weekly. Please head over there and pick up your free ebooks. They're there for you. All I need is your email, and I will get them sent over to you automatically. I help folks make better music. At least I try to. That's my mission, my aim. And this has been AUDIFIED plugins. Very affordable. Great sounding plugins. If you're into mixing and mastering at all, then I think you need to have these in your arsenal. Thanks for your time, guys.